Good morning, everyone. We'll continue with our chapter, The Friendly Mongoose. Okay, this is just an outline of what we are going to read. The farmer's wife returned home from the market carrying a heavy basket. She found the mongoose at the entrance of the house with blood on his face and paws. She jumped to the conclusion that it was her son's blood and the mongoose was the guilty one. Okay, the farmer's wife finished her shopping and came back home with a basket full of grocery. So now the farmer's wife, she went to the market to get some things for household things, and she came back with a basket full of groceries. All the grocery items were there in the basket. She saw the mongoose sitting outside as if he waiting for her. Then she saw the mongoose that it was waiting outside the house as if he was waiting for her to come back. On seeing her, he ran to welcome her as was customary. As every day the mongoose used to do, the same way he did today also. He ran towards the lady to welcome her. Okay. The farmer's wife took one look at the mongoose and screamed. As she looked at the mongoose, she started screaming, she started shouting. Blood, she cried. And what did she say? She said blood. She might have seen blood, so she just cried blood. The face and the paws of the mongoose were smeared with blood. Smeared with blood means it was full, all blood was there on the mongoose's face and on his paws. You wicked animal, you have killed my baby. What did she think? That blood was of his baby. The mongoose had killed the baby. She thought that. So what wicked animal means a bad animal. So she said that you have killed my baby. She screamed hysterically. She screamed very loudly and very in a lot of anger. She screamed. Okay. So now what happened? That she was blind with rage. Blind with rage means blind with anger. She was so much into anger. With all her strength, brought down the heavy basket full of grocery. That heavy basket that was in her hand, she brought down that heavy basket on the mongoose. Means she threw that basket on the mongoose with entire strength she had in her body. On the blood smeared mongoose and ran inside to the child's cradle. Now she had thrown that basket on the mongoose and she ran inside to see her child who was in the cradle. The baby was fast asleep, but the baby was sleeping. The baby was safe. Nothing had happened to the baby. But on the floor lay a black snake, torn and bleeding. But on the floor, what was there? A snake, black snake, torn means it was dead. In a flash, she realized what had happened, and then she realized what had happened there. She ran outside looking for the mongoose. Then suddenly she ran outside to look for the mongoose. But mongoose, what she had done in anger, she had thrown that grocery full basket, that heavy basket on the mongoose. And when she ran inside, what did she see? That the mongoose had saved the baby from the snake. The mongoose had killed the snake to save the baby, and that blood which was there on the mongoose face and paws, it was of the snake, it was not of the baby. Oh, you saved my child, you killed the snake, what have I done now? She was so much into sadness that she said to the mongoose that you have saved my child, you killed the snake, what I have done. She had killed the mongoose, so she was ashamed of what she had done. She cried, touching the mongoose, who lay dead and still unaware of her sobbing. And she touched the mongoose and she was crying. The mongoose was dead, so he didn't know that she was sobbing and she was sorry for what she did. The farmer's wife, who had acted hastily and rashly, started long at the dead mongoose. Now she had done something in a rage. Rage means in anger. Okay, she had done that act in anger. She did not think just for 1 second that what was the actual picture. She just saw the blood and she acted. She did not give second thought and she killed the mongoose. And she was sitting next to the mongoose and sobbing and crying because she was ashamed of what she had done. She felt sorry for what she did, but sorry cannot undo wrong things that we have done. Okay, so whenever you do something or whenever you act, especially when you are angry, take a second to give a second thought. Just don't act. Maybe what you are seeing by your eyes is not the truth. Okay, so you have to first find out what is the truth. and then you have to act. Before first you act and then you find out the right thing will not undo wrong things. Okay, same thing what the mongoose faced, what the farmer's wife did. Then she heard the baby cry. Then when she was crying and sobbing outside, no, she heard the baby cry. Wiping her tears, she went into feed him. Then she went inside to feed the baby because the baby was crying. But still she had that guilt inside her that she had killed the poor little animal who was so faithful and who was so much in love with that baby that he killed the snake. The snake could have harmed the mongoose, but he did not worry. He just wanted to save the baby, and he loved the family so much. But human beings are sometimes, and we don't think before acting, and sometimes we have to face the consequences also. The same thing the lady also faced. She was guilty for what she did, but you cannot undo the wrong things. Okay, so always always think before you act. Don't just act and then sit and think. When you're sitting and thinking will not change things. Okay, the same thing is taught in this chapter. Thank you.